Hi guys, welcome to our Creative and Artistic Month. This month is all about creativity. We are celebrating creativity in all its forms. We are not only celebrating creativity in design or in music or in arts, but we want to celebrate, or we want to live in how God created us as creative people. Yes, so it's going to be a night of conversation, nice and beautiful, engaging conversation, and we will be painting. So while we are talking, we will paint, and at the end of the session, we will show the audience what we have painted and share our experience. And I'm very excited. I hope you guys are excited too. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so first of all, let's settle a debate, right? The first thing is everyone creative, or are some people simply born with it? I think I can start with you since I'm looking at you already.
Okay, so for me, I actually think yes and no.
Okay.
Reason being that um, I believe that some people are born with it, like it's a God given talent, and some people are born with it. And I believe also that the environment that you find yourself in can also make you adapt to something, and in that way, like you become creative.
Okay.
So there's this person in the Bible. I think he's called Bazaleel. I think when they were about constructing the Ark of God or the tabernacle.
Sorry to cut you. Please, you can be painting. So when it gets your turn, so we don't. Yes. Please, you can continue.
So from what I mean, I've read, like God actually blessed him with talent to do things that could help build that temple. So I think he was a craftsman.
Right.
So his creativity was a gift from God.
Okay.
And I think when it got to the point where they had to build the tabernacle, God actually gave him expertise in that field. Because I think that someone can be creative in the field of craft or something, but they may not have certain specialized skills to do really, really nice things. So you can be born with it, and you can actually grow to be an expert in doing creative stuff and all that. And you can actually also learn, and maybe you find yourselves among creatives or something, and you adapt to it, and you also can become an expert. So that's my view on it.
Nice. That's really encouraging. Thank you and insightful. Before we continue, we want to give a big shout out to Pastor Curtis. Thank you so much for giving us the platform. Thank you for this very engaging and insightful session. We are excited for this vision, and we can't wait to see what comes out of it. Thank you so much. God richly bless you. Don't we love Pastor Curtis in the house? All right, let's move on to the next question. Okay, so when did you first discover your own creativity? If I should ask you, and I see one. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think so. Mm-hmm.
the creativity aspect of us. But just that
Yeah.
we don't know. And we have been accustomed to understand that creativity in the traditional sense is artwork.
Audience can't hear you, so if
They can hear me. Okay, so I think I have to start from scratch. So basically, if you would have asked me this question, like more like within the beginning of the year, I would have said no, I'm not actually a creative person, but I have come to learn that creativity is not in light with just painting and molding something with your hand. It's about creating something. So the fact that you start something from scratch and you're trying to make it better and developing it, that's creativity. Like what we are doing currently, sometimes we don't even know what we are doing. Honestly, I don't know what I'm coming to do here. But the fact that I've started something and I'm going
Looks
to
good.
continue and push through and put things together, it will make sense at the end. Okay. So let me use my business as an example. So I sell jewelries, and I got to a point where I felt like I could do more with the jewelries. So I believe that I became creative at that point by coming to the realization that this is what I have. And I wanted to do more. I like the feeling that somebody will feel seen, heard, and also feel like they belong. And if it's the person that they are with, the person that they are with will they get to know that this person is thoughtful, even though this person doesn't have much, this person is thoughtful. So I just sat down and analyzed that how then can I make that practical in selling jewelries? Because I wanted it to be impactful and meaningful. So I started with what I had, like how we have the colors, but we don't have anything actually on the canvas. So basically starting with what you have and sitting down to analyze your path, like this is what I want to do, how then do I make it possible? That is creativity. And basically, I would say that there has been actually a growth in my business. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I believe that there is a growth because how people respond, and honestly, I don't actually ask my customers for reviews, but they come back and they will tell me that, wow, you actually made me score some scores with my my lover. You actually did this. Oh, he said I'm a very thoughtful person. And that gives me a sense of like accomplishment. I don't know, I just love it when people feel like they have been seen, because there are a lot of us that are actually going through a lot of things and we just want to be just few that we are seen, we are heard, and that's creativity. So basically, I started to realize that I am creative. That's the same way everybody is actually creative in their own way. They just have to sit down and realize and create with what they have. Yeah, I started to realize it mostly like the beginning of the year. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I agree with what Enesina is saying, because God has put in each and every one of us gifts. Even He Himself is very creative. He created this world. Look at how beautiful this world is. And I mean, I haven't been to some parts of the world, but even watching His creation through the news, through videos, I'm like, God is so creative. And He wants us to be like Him at the end of the day. He wants us to be creative. He created us to also create. So, yes, we have to be creative in our own possible way. All right. So, Maria, I'll need you to pause for a second and let's get engaged. So, do you think many Christians underestimate their creativity? Mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But creating is about cooking. It's about doing events.
Right.
It's about taking videos. It's small, little things. But a lot of people limit themselves and think, no, I'm not creative because I don't dance, I don't
Yeah.
sing, I don't
like-
do little, like all these kind of things. I can't paint. But it's not that.
Yeah.
There's so much more to being creative. I believe that everybody is creative in their own way.
Right.
Yes. I feel like we limit ourselves. And it's not fair.
It's true.
Yes.
I
And
think
we-
it's. Yeah.
And we blind ourselves from many things. Like, there's so much more to life.
Yeah.
It's not just about painting. It's not just about singing. There's a lot more.
That's
Yes.
so true.
Yeah.
We as Christians, we box ourselves
Yes.
in that mindset that
Yeah.
just this and this that are qualified as
Creative stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
We are following the one who created the world, we should be able to step out of our comfort zone or
zones.
our so-called boxes
Yes.
and, create
more.
Yeah,
Try new things.
try
Yes.
new things.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Maria, this is just a follow-up question to what
Okay.
you said. Has there ever been a moment when you surprised yourself with something you created?
I think so.
Okay.
So many moments.
Wow. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, definitely. So there was a time where I wanted to do this video, like a very short, it was a very short video. But I didn't believe that it would come out
Okay.
as what it became. Like it was a very beautiful video. I mean, after some time I took it down, but
Do you mind sharing what the video
it was just
about?
a video about something that I had done, like a trip that I had gone on.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
And I didn't think it will come to life in that way. I didn't think that it would become so beautiful. It will
Yeah.
make meaning to me.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. But what about it made you feel like was it the editing or
Yes, it was the editing because before I had been told and I had put in my mind that I wasn't good at editing videos at all. So for me to be able to merge those videos and get that final product, I was so amazed. And I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. And I can actually do it. I don't have to sit down and listen to other people say that, oh, you can't do this. God has given us so many gifts. We just have to practice them and make them perfect. So, yeah.
That's so true.
Yes.
I agree with you. Thank you so much for sharing,
You're welcome.
Maria. Now to our online viewers, can you type one word in the comments that describes your creativity or tell us why you don't think you are creative? Please, let's get engaging. It's not just us in this conversation. You are also a part of it. So kindly type in your comments. If you have any questions for any of us, you can just type the name and throw the question, and we will gladly answer. Thank you. Okay. So every creative journey has challenges, right? What's something you've created that people never saw? So I'm coming back to you, Inshira. Can you help us with that?
I think one thing that probably I've created that people never saw could be my thoughts and imaginations,
Ooh.
like writing them down. I find that when you are overwhelmed, when you are feeling a certain type of way, sometimes instead of reacting in that moment, in that experience, you can just write down how you feel. And after you write down how you feel later, you go back and you you actually look back and you see that, okay, this is how I was feeling in that moment. Because after some time, whatever you're feeling, the intensity will come down. And when the intensity comes down, your rational thoughts your rational thoughts take over. And when your rational thoughts take over, you're able to tell whether what you were feeling is reality, like it's real, or it was just an experience you were having. So for me, I think one thing that like I've created that people don't get to see or people don't know are my thoughts, because well, I mean, we can't share all our thoughts out like that. So
That's true.
it's one way I've learned to like to be creative.
Okay. Wow. I never thought I would hear this. Oh, that's different. I mean, I want a different perspective, so I want to throw this question to you two, starting with Ernestina. Is that, yeah, what's something you've created that people never saw?
Okay, now you're making me ponder a lot. So I'm basically going to talk about my business because I feel like that's actually an essential part of my creativity journey. And there are several things that I mostly sit down, like every month, I mostly sit down to try to bring about something that is lively, because I've got to realize that when people consistently see something, there is a tendency that they will get tired and bored with that particular thing. So I try to sit down at the end of the month to create something different for my business, that is Gifts with Me and Belgeries. And let me start with this. I actually created something like I turn a cup into a personality package, and that is like the cup, I transform it into a suit. And to me, it was so pretty and so creative. Okay. But then with this one, I actually posted it. And I realized that it's not getting the feed that I wanted to get, because I thought I have actually done a lot with that thing. So it's actually folded me in a way that it's not always what we think that is good is actually good. But sometimes the thing is, it's good, but it's not at the right time. And the right people are not seeing it. And I have got to realize that when you take art like this, sometimes somebody will buy an art for a very exorbitant price, and you'll be like, did this person actually buy this thing? And the thing is, a lot of people are passing by. They didn't actually take time to understand it and connect with it. But this one particular person understood it and has connected with it in a way that other people didn't actually do. So it's worth the person exchanging the value of their money for. So I've got to realize that I'm changing your question a little bit, but I just want to, I've got to realize that whatever that you have that you want to do and you've done it, you have to actually put it out there. Because even if it doesn't actually get the fee that you want, I believe that there is going to be someone that actually just needs to see that. That's what I've learned over the process. So mostly, when I do something, I tend to put it out there. And sometimes it doesn't get the engagement. But with the same cup, I actually posted it recently. And I actually did it, I captioned it in a different way. And I added more emotions to it in terms of on-screen text. And I realized that people actually reacted to it more than I thought with the previous one. So my point is, if I would have stopped there, how then would I have seen that it hasn't gotten the capacity that I wanted, because I feel like this is actually something good, but people don't see it. So my point is, you just have to keep like pushing it out there. The right person will see it. The right people will see it. So there isn't anything that you should keep to yourself. And if I'm to be real, I don't quite remember anything that I want to do that I have not actually done as for now. So, yeah.
That's really good, Ernestina. I'm so glad you didn't stop there. You wouldn't have seen your success story after after moving forward with it. So yeah, it's good.
If I may just add something,
Yeah.
I think Ernestina mentioned that like you shouldn't give up, like because probably it may not have gotten the right audience or something. And for me, I also feel like, when it comes to being creative, I see it as an artist that has a wild imagination. And that wild imagination, no one can really relate to it. So we have art, certain art at the gallery that when you go, you see that they're just flashes of colors, and the artist has an imagination of the full picture. And because we are just observers, we are like, what's he doing? Why is he just splashing the paint? But with time, everything comes into full effect, and we understand what the artist is trying to portray. So just to add to what Ernestina said, sometimes when even in your creative seasons, like people may not really have a full understanding of what you are doing, or what God is carving out of you in that creative season, because creativity brings out something, whichever way. And as Christians, in our seasons of creativity, God is carving something out of us. So whatever God is carving, you you should take your time not to explain to people too much, and not to let the voices of people be greater than the voice of God, or be louder than the voice of
Yeah.
God. Because people pleasers never make excellent God pleasers.
Mhm.
So far as God has given you an imagination as an artist, or in any capacity to be creative, just know that you have the vision. And once the vision comes into full effect, people will come into a certain understanding, especially people that artistry or that creativity was meant to bless. Yeah, so that's just what I want to add to it.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. And Maria, it looks like you want some other colors, right? So what color do you want? So that are you fine? Is everyone fine? Okay. I think Maria, I didn't get your perspective on that question. What you have created that no one has seen before.
Okay, so I have a lot of voice memos, a lot of audios
Wow.
in my
Tell us about it.
in my phone. I think that I haven't brought them out yet because of fear. Fear that it wouldn't get the audience, or it wouldn't reach the audience that it's supposed to reach. I feel like there's a time for everything. So maybe this is not the time to share it. And maybe that's why it's sitting there in the archives, building dust.
Wow.
It's waiting for the right season, like she said. Yes, but I don't know. It's just fear. Yes, that's what it is. That's why those pieces haven't come out yet. But I feel like eventually they will. They would find their way out there.
Okay.
But for now, a lot of audio sitting down, catching dust.
So I have an opinion on something. Let me share something. So I noticed something within the course of life. I mean, just recently. I don't really know her name, but there was this, I'll call her an artist because she designs clothes. She's a fashion designer, let me use that. And her products or materials and designs are so exquisite. Like, it's beautiful. But the point is, I never got to know of her. And a lot of people didn't get to know of her. But when she died, you realize that there was a lot of traction to her page. And it's just sad to know that people are actually like intrigued by, I won't say bad news, but people get intrigued by certain things. So I like to believe that whilst you have the time and the life, like if you are doing something, just do it and push it out there. It might not, some people that you even call your friends, they will come into your comment, they will see it, they will scroll, they'll be like, hey, this girl too, what is she trying to do? They will scroll it. But the strangers that you don't know of, they will see it and they will say something nice about it. Some will actually say something negative about it. But the point is not about what other people are saying. The point is leave it there. It will get the right audience in the due time. And I just pray that everybody actually get to be seen when they need to be seen, not when they are dead. That's actually something that I actually pray about, because it's so sad that people recognize your work when you are no more. What are they seeing? What am I creating again? But the history is there. That's a good and beautiful thing. But the point is, we should make it like a prayer point that God should actually let us be seen and elevated at the right time. That's what I wanted to add.
I think if I may add, social media has made it that you need to have a lot of followers, you need to have a lot of likes. It's I don't know if it's a dopamine effect or whatever, but like you need, it's like it's need for approval from strangers to know that your creative gifts are actually good or is touching many people. And I think that kind of affects how our creativity is to bless people. Because like I'm using Maria's statement of what she's created that probably is collecting dust, like she said. I believe that when we are blessed with something, with the kind of world we are in now, it's very easy for us to wait till we have a large audience or we have a large audience of approval before like we feel like our creativity is out there and it's making sense. But I believe that whatever God gives to us, he sends it for specific people, not for everyone. And probably in a certain season, God has given you a certain creative capability to touch just 5 people, not the masses. But if you look at waiting to touch the masses, you miss out on those 5 people in the season that they needed you the most, because you are waiting for a large approval. And I think that comes down again to people pleasers never make excellent God pleasers. So even with creativity and social media and so much noise that's going on now, you just have to know that you are looking for the audience of one, and that is God. And if he's your main audience, whoever your creative talent is supposed to bless will actually bless. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much for this insightful comment. So to add up to what Inshira and Ernestina just said, I just want to crown it with a Bible verse. I mean, it's said in his word that he makes all things beautiful in his time. So if you feel like you are trying to do something as far as creativity is concerned and you're not getting the right audience, you want to do something creative for your business, for school, for anything, and you feel like it's not getting seen, what I will encourage you to keep praying about it and just keep doing what you are doing, and in his time he'll make it very beautiful. So I think there's a question from the audience. As I said earlier, it's going to be a very interactive session, so we want to pause and quickly answer one of our audience question. So I think this is a question to anyone who can answer. Do you need inspiration for you to create, or you just start creating without getting inspired? If the inspiration doesn't come, do you still create?
Okay, so I think from how I understand creativity, as I said, it's all about me. I believe creativity as a journey. Okay, it's your personal experience in life. As we are moving on in life, from childhood to the time that we die, we are creating our life. We are creating who we will become. So, from my perspective, it's not all about inspiration. It's about how I want my life to represent and the meaning and the impact that I want to stand for. Okay, so how do I put this? So if I'm a person and as I am growing up, I am surrounded by people that keep telling me this is who you should be, this is how you should be, this the way you speak, you should be this person. It's now sits in me from my socialization and people that this is who I want to be. Okay, so you don't actually get the time to sit down and analyze that this is who you, because it has been like in you that this is my personality. This is what I'm told I am. Now you don't even answer it like this is how you say this is me, because you have professed it and projected it upon yourself. So as some people don't get the opportunity to like come to the realization that this is not the path I want to. You realize, I think we were having a discussion before this, and we were saying something. I think it was Maria. I was saying something like some people actually go through doctrine course, they complete, and they come to a point where they're actually practicing it. Then they'll be like, this is not what I want to do. Okay, I want to stop and do something else. It's not a wasted life, okay? But my point is, probably it was a projection that made him do what he was going to do. So my point is, as a human being, as you're growing, as you are living, you are creating your life, okay? And there is always it's right for you to sit down and analyze that. Is this who I want to be? Is this the path that I want to go through? Is this who I want to be truly? And that's creativity. So it's not about inspiration. It's about sitting and sometimes inviting God. I don't know. I would say I'm not very spiritually like invested, but I'm somebody that I'm on the path of getting to know God. And I started this year that I want to really know God for myself in a different light. And at a point, when I get really stressed out, because I said I'm starting my business, I'm doing this, and I'm so going in on that, I don't want to work for somebody. That's my decision. So I tend to feel like at a point, mostly when people are asleep, I tend to wake up to just think, I don't know, I just end up waking up. So I just feel like God is with me. I invite him, like, God, please, I just want to have some time with you. Let me talk to you. And I talk to him. That's creating something and building something with God. And by that, I wouldn't say God will speak to me. I've not had the encounter that God speaks to me that, hey, Tina, go and do this. But you get a sense of peace in you. You get a sense of direction just by knowing. There are certain things that I do that sometimes I'll be like, did I actually do this? I don't think I can do this. Like with my business like this, I don't know what made me want to build jewelries, gift with meaning, because I was selling jewelries. I just sat down and realized it. So all I'm trying to say is, it's not about inspiration. It's about a journey and coming to understand that, oh, this is what I want to do. Start with the little that you have, and eventually it will accumulate. And when you fall, try to stand up and still build. That is creativity to me.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Ernestina. Thank you. Inshira, I think you had something to say.
Give the question again.
Okay. Give me a quick minute. Yes, so he said, do you need inspiration for you to create, or you just start creating without getting inspired? If the inspiration doesn't come, do you still create?
I want to ask the person that what does he understand about creativity? Because every human being God has created is creative. God is a creative God. When the earth was void and without form, God came and was like, nah, this is not how the world should be. It should be beautiful. Then he said, okay, let this come, and it came. Let this come into being, and it came. And after that, the Bible said that he saw that what he had done was good. So I believe that God is a creative God, and we are made in the image and likeness of God. So if you're made in the image and likeness of God, you are creative. And I think the mistake most people make is that when they hear of creativity, they are thinking of art, they are thinking of someone in a drama, something, maybe an actor, a spoken word. Someone that makes me laugh is it's creative, because in the heat of like a very tough situation, the person is able to just like say something effortlessly and ease the atmosphere. I think that's creativity. And I also want to say that sometimes when it comes to being creative, like what Ernestina said, it's a journey, like our experiences and all. Let me use David in the Bible as an example. David was tending the sheep in the field every time, but David also was just playing. He used to play the harp and all that just for the fun of it because he enjoyed it. So anything that probably eases you up, in like it brings life to you, it's a form of creativity. Like you don't even see that is creativity, but creativity is supposed to bring life. That's just it. Because when God came, the earth was without form or void. He created things into being and it brought life into the world. So anything that like brings life. And one thing we need to understand is that when God is carving out things in us, like we don't always see the end or the perfect picture. When God told David, when David was anointed to be king, he didn't just become king. God created a scene where David went, and God, because the Spirit of God had come upon David, he became very confident. And he went that he could kill Goliath. After that, he became like, he needed, the king made him live with him. And God positioned David with the king because God wanted David to see how royals behave, and all those things were processes that God had carved out. David was pursued. After he was pursued, with time, his family joined him. He started ruling his family. Then he went to, I think, the land of the Philistines. He stayed there. He ruled a number of people. With time, everything, the full picture came into being. And David actually became the king over all Israel. And that part that God carved for him, it wasn't a perfect picture from the start. God just showed him, okay, this is the end. But the process of it, like God didn't show. So I just want the person to know that you could, maybe it's later in life that you come to realize that I'm actually a very funny person. I think this is a God-given gift. I think now we even have a lot of comedies on social media, and these people are using their God-given creative talent to make people laugh. I can get to a point where I'm very stressed in the day. I'm like, today I just want funny videos. And I'm like, Instagram, please let my algorithm change to just funny videos because I want to relax. This is someone blessing me with creativity. So I think that's just what I would like to add. Thank you.
A quick. I want you guys to show your audience what you are up to. Before it's done. Yes. This is a quick one. So they can laugh. They can say, oh, this is nice, but you know that the end justifies the words they use. Yes. So you can just show your the media team, if you can help us position.
I know it's not making sense now. Mm-hmm. But the imagination of the artist is running wild.
And let's take a look. Yeah, and let's okay.
This is it. Don't worry, you understand.
You can type in your comments if it's nice or you're just laughing at it, or I mean, we'll look at the end.
All right. I know. There's a lot going on here. Oh, this is
All right, Maria, can we see yours? That's wow. Wow. All right. Thank you guys so much for agreeing to show your audience your art, because it's not every artist would want to do that. Thank you so much. We'll be wrapping up in a few minutes, so I want us to quickly cover a few questions, then we are done. I hope you guys are almost done with your pieces. All right. Okay. So, Maria, can you tell us about a moment when God gave you an idea you couldn't have come up with on your own? You can take your time, it's fine. Mhm. We want the truth only.
Nothing but the truth. Moment. Okay. It's a very little thing,
Okay.
but I thought some of these things only happened in movies. There was this one time, I don't know, me, I like to greet a lot. Like, if you are with me, we'll greet because if I see this person, I'll greet the person. I want to greet it. I don't know why. But we were just going like about our day, and I told someone, oh, the person looks beautiful. Like, they look nice and stuff like that. And later on, the person would have said they needed that. They needed that encouragement.
Wow.
But to me, it was just saying, oh, you look nice, you look pretty. Like, it's a normal thing. You're looking good and everything. And I think that sometimes we don't understand some things. We think that, oh, it's just a normal thing. Like, it's a greeting. It's saying that this person looks beautiful. And I didn't know that the person was in a moment where they needed that. But I feel like God put that in me, in my heart, to tell the person that, oh, this and this is what's
actually good.
Yes. And like what I was saying before, sometimes ideas are not, creativity is not drawing something. It's literally just cooking a meal for somebody to eat. Like the taste.
Yeah.
It's just doing something, like bringing people together. That's creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my little idea. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's actually good you obeyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good you obeyed. So we are moving on. So there's a question for Ernestina and Inshira. So if we are made in the image of the Creator, then creativity shouldn't stop with us. It should shape our church too. You agree with that, right? Yeah. Okay. So, Ernestina, what's one way our church could become more creative? Not just on Sunday, but in how we disciple, we serve, we reach people, we build our community. Yeah. How do you think our church can become more creative in that regard?
I keep taking your mic. I'm so sorry. So, I would say that the church should create a safe space. When I mean a safe space, it's not about a place where it's safe. The people should feel safe around each other. So I think that some churches, I won't generalize it to everything, some churches have this traditional doctrine, and as a result, we tend to like shun certain people that are not behaving in a particular pattern and have a different like personality in terms of their looks, the way they talk, and all that. So if the church is supposed to be creative, it just has to be safe for members to be who they are, whether they are photographers, their hair, they like to braid it. That is who they are. And I've also realized that when you become your authentic self, that's when you can nurture on the purpose that God has for you. So the church shouldn't mold somebody to be something that they are not. They should allow them to be who they truly are, and they should, because everybody actually has something that they are good with. There are some people in the church that you might look at them and be like, oh, this person. But there is something that the person can do to be impactful to the church. And I'm not saying this because I like MOCITY Campus Church, but see, when you enter MOCITY Campus Church, just by seeing Pastor Curtis, seeing certain people, you realize that people are actually who they are, and they don't need to be somebody that they are not. That's what actually made me feel safe. I don't really like big churches. That's me. I don't really like big churches because of my experience. And I don't really like social gathering that much. But when I came to MOCITY, somebody actually, my friend invited me, Emmanuel. I don't know if he's actually listening. He invited me to MOCITY, and I got to realize that like you feel safe there. Even though I don't really talk to most people, but I just feel safe with MOCITY Campus Church, and I feel like I can be who I am, and that's how the church should be, and that's a very creative way of like connecting with people. So yeah, that's what I think.
Thank you for that, Ernestina. Thank you. Inshura. So, what's one creative idea you've always wanted to see happen in church? So, it can be in EWC Live, that's the worship team, social media, our prayer gatherings, hospitality, outreach, and whatnot.
Okay, so for me, I think one thing that like anytime I've really wanted to experience is like an outdoor church in the woods, and not really mainly just to come sing, like pray, worship, but to have like personal conversations where like we can chat, we can eat, we can just make merry as children of God. We can do something artistic like what we're doing here. And like people just share how their year has been, what's happening with them, not for people just to know others' problems or something, but to, I feel like if during such settings, there's a bit of easiness, there's a bit of, because, you know, nature actually has an effect, a way of making you feel safe. Even without people, nature just makes you feel connected on a certain level. Well, for me. And I feel like in such environments, people are a bit relaxed, and probably what someone will share with me, I may have experienced it a bit, or I know someone that's going through that can help the person. And it's not always that like we need to share bad experiences. During such happy moments, we can also share, some major leaps that is happening in our lives, what God is doing with us, and even find people that we can bless in, like, because of such activities. And I think such activities also bring the church closer, and it fosters relationships in the church, and it makes people feel at ease to actually be who they really are. So something like a garden setup with some mats on the floor, some pillows, some munchies and all that.
Very important.
Thank you.
I totally agree. I mean, there's one thing that the church is doing now that I think the church should continue. So that is with community circles. So community circles allows the members to come together to share their opinion, to share their experiences. And there was one time I think a few people shared their experience, and they gave a testimony that after they shared the experience, they felt like this heavy weight got lifted off them. And there are certain times also that people share their experience and they even get jobs through those conversations. So I think that this is what we are already doing, and it's something that we shouldn't stop. Yes, so as we are about wrapping up, to our online viewers, drop one creative idea you would love to see in our church and one gift you'd like to see this month. And you can just drop it in the comments and we will acknowledge them briefly. I think the painting should be ready by now. Are we ready? Wow, I'm seeing beautiful stuff. Wow. Yeah, so we've spent the last hour talking about creativity and what we can do in our church, in our individual lives, and even how we see creativity in the first place. And also debunking the myths about creativity. As we all mentioned, it's not just about music or design or arts. It's everything that we find ourselves doing in our daily lives. So, yes, I think there's an August challenge. Okay. So before this month ends, don't just admire creativity. Let's practice it. Let's create something. Let's solve a problem. Let's start an idea. And I mean, push through it. Not just start it, but let's push through it, because it's consistency and discipline. That's what is going to yield results. And let's write, let's paint, let's sing, let's dance. I don't know how to dance, so I hope someone will teach me how to dance so I can enjoy finally. And let's design, let's encourage each other, and let's basically build. So whatever God has placed in your hand, use it. Don't wait for someone to validate whatever you're doing. Make sure you are doing it anyway. And as Ernestina shared her experience with posting, and also Maria shared her experience with the video she edited, she didn't wait for anyone to come and validate whatever she did or whatever Ernestina also did. So let's do it anyway. And yes, at the right time, God will make everything beautiful and cause people to come to you from far and from near. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. We had a pretty lovely session. I would ask my beautiful ladies here to show their arts now, and then very briefly explain what the idea is behind the art. So let's start with Nshira.
Guys, don't laugh.
She's not going to.
Imagination of an artist. Okay, so I have this. There's a lot going on here.
Wow.
There's a lot going on here. I don't know why you're clapping, but so I just want to explain what's going on here. And this is just about my life. So I try to paint my life on this. You can see there are two trees here. One has green and brown leaves. The other has green leaves, more branches, and some yellow fruits. And one's root is very small. The other root runs really deep in some water. The orange symbol, I think I've experienced a lot of intense moments, and those moments, I believe that God sent it as a fire to burn down any wrong roots I have in my life. That means wrong ideas, wrong imaginations. That's what the fire is doing. So the fire is burning out anything wrong in my life. And the brown leaves signify things that must fall off in my life as well. So you can see we have some green leaves and we have brown leaves. So the brown leaves are dead stuff, overweight stuff. It could be sin, it could be guilt, so many things that needed to fall off from my life. The second tree, you can see that after the fire and after all that, now the roots run really, really deep. There's a new tree that God has like helped me build, and that's my new life. And there are fruits. There is no brown leaves on it, so now there are fruits that are on it. And I just want to add the last thing. There's some dark thing up there. Yeah, and that's like a cloud of darkness. That when you are in a very hazy season of life and you just don't see yourself coming out or anything, just always remember that God may be taking you through a process and you come out better than before. Thank you.
Lovely piece. Wow. Means so much in one picture. Now let's move to Ernestina.
All right, sure. You scared me here. Please, I beg you, take it easy on me. So, so you see the flower. The flower is just a shape positioning well. So the flower is just to signify creativity. Okay, I believe that we have the creativity. It's just fragile, and it's something that needs to be nurtured. Okay, it's something that we need to ponder on, take time and relax and try to reason with who you want to be and connect with God. You see the cross there? That is a representation of God and the sky. So the root, I don't know if you can hear, I'm sorry. The root here, this is the root. So everything that you have in life, there needs to be growth in it, okay? So it stems up from the time that it keeps growing, okay? So it's because it's being watered and it's being blessed and it has the security of God. There is a high possibility that it will blossom, and it has blossomed, okay? So basically, this is to connect with creativity. So everybody has, all that I have to say is everybody actually have something in them. You just have to grow and nurture it and connect it to God, and you will definitely find your path. It will make sense when they need to make sense. You start with what you have and just try to process it. At a point, it will make sense. It doesn't have to make sense now. It will make sense eventually.
I totally agree. This is beautiful. This is very beautiful. Thank you. Maria, you want to show us what you've done? Explain it. Wow. I know, right? Let's hear it.
So this me though. I don't know what I'm doing there, but I'm basically giving my head and everything to Jesus. This is Jesus' hand. Hey, this hand. Anyway, and this
I think you
is,
should tilt it a bit.
okay. This is showing hope, that there's hope in everything that we do. There might be dark times, there might be times that are trying, but we should always give our messy stuff to Jesus, to God, to the Holy Spirit. So yeah, that's basically
Wow, this is beautiful.
my painting.
Maria, I like your pants though. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies, for your wonderful pieces. I love them. I think you should sell them. They are going to cost a lot. The right people will buy, as we discussed. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Pastor Curtis is in the house. Guys, are we excited? Pastor Curtis is in the house. He would love to share something very briefly. And please, let's hang on tight. So, if you haven't finished, you can continue while Pastor Curtis. Yeah. Okay.
I have realized that one thing that people actually need in life is everybody needs to be empowered in a way. So one thing I would love to do at a point in my life is to combine business entrepreneurship and empowerment together, because I believe that as human beings, we need people in a way that we probably don't know, but we all come together to support who we become eventually. So as a result, empowerment is actually a very key and vital part of life. Okay, so we actually need empowerment as a person, and I would love it if the church can come together and support people, because as we are growing, we get aligned with people that are not supposed to be in our life. So if there is a need, just a help and assistance from people, that would be a great thing for each of us to have. So empowerment is vital.
I love that, empowerment. So, Pastor is in the house now. Extra excitement. Don't we love Pastor Curtis in the house? Woo!
Okay, guys, so this is an amazing episode. We are looking forward to doing it over and over again. It's a month of new beginning, and in this season, we are looking at creating new things. These are beautiful. This will sell for $2 million. This will be bought by Cristiano Ronaldo. This one will be used in the White House. The new ballroom that Donald Trump is building. This is amazing, and God bless you guys so much for this amazing piece. Sorry for the delay. We are looking at being punctual the next time. When are we meeting again? Tuesday. But Tuesday will be in person. Right? That's the plan. So there's something great for us on Tuesday, and we are trusting God to do something beautiful that will shape our mindset and make us productive in every area of our lives. And I can't wait to have you and see you in person. It's going to be a beautiful time. This has been a very crazy session. I was watching, I was listening, but you didn't answer my questions. You didn't answer, but don't worry, we'll save it for next week. We'll save it for next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is going to be packed. It's going to be loaded. It's going to be so crazy in here. Doing the MOCITY campus at 6 p.m. You can't afford to miss it. I'll see you soon. Make sure you follow, you subscribe to our pages on YouTube especially, and on Instagram, EWC.MOCITY. And you can't afford to miss some of the updates we'll be putting out there, we'll be sharing out there. Just to let you know that indeed, this month is a month of new beginning. In the beginning, God created. We are looking at creating new things, making new things, bringing new things into being by the power of the Holy Spirit. God bless you so much for joining. We pray for every single body watching us here tonight, that wherever you are and wherever you find yourself, any answered prayer, any secret prayer, anything you have been waiting for years, will declare that in this new season, God is doing a new thing. May the Lord cause you to walk in the newness of Christ, that anything dead in our lives will rise up again. I pray for anybody trusting God for healing, trusting God for deliverance, trusting God for a way out. I declare over you that right here in this atmosphere, the Spirit of God is here. And as you lay hands over any area of your life, any area of your body, you are trusting God for, I pray over you that let there be healing, let there be deliverance. May God begin to minister unto you and bring you into a place of divine fulfillment. You will not miss it. God will not fail us. He will never disappoint you. Don't stop serving God, because our God is faithful. He cannot lie. He is not a man. He shall surely bring every word he has spoken into being. May God prosper you. May God bless you. On this Sunday, you come to the house of God testifying about the goodness of God. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. We are still in a fast. Tomorrow, we'll be praying. 9 p.m. on Zoom, we'll be praying. Thursday, 7 p.m., we'll be in the Most Campus prophetic service. We'll be praying as well. Friday, Power 9. Wednesday, lunch hour. Stay tuned. God bless you so much. Have a great night.